Well, good morning, everyone. It's a beautiful Monday morning, June 20th, 2022, and thank you for joining us on this special holiday. We're going to talk today about Juneteenth and financial literacy, and that fits really well because Juneteenth is today, and financial literacy is an important part of what we do. So we're going to bring those two concepts together over the next few minutes, and I'd love to hear your feedback. So here is a quote from Rashad Bilal. You may have seen this quote or seen this interview, but we'll just go through it briefly and then expand on it. Rashad says, a lot of times we focus on the social impact of slavery and then racism and discrimination of that nature. What's just as important is the economic impact. When you just understand that slavery was really a financial system that was put in place for free labor. So when you see that our ancestors actually sacrificed their lives, and that was done for economic empowerment, it forces us to look at our finances. And so again, we're going to talk more about financial literacy and what we can do to change our communities, to change our society, to change our nation, but at the same time to improve your personal financial outlook. So the racial wealth gap exposed. Here are some recent numbers of an average family's household income. And look at this dramatic difference. The typical white family at almost $200,000. The average Hispanic US family, just a fraction of that. And shockingly, the average Black family at only $24,000. So what an incredible and unfortunate disparity. Now, interestingly, experts agree that the best and fastest way to create wealth is through entrepreneurship. It's going to be very difficult to go get a job and work for someone else and create wealth. Unless it's a really high-paying job, what we typically do as employees is earn enough just to pay our bills. But if we want to pursue entrepreneurship, that's going to require, in many cases, improved financial literacy and preparedness. So let's talk about financial literacy. Financial literacy. Financial education is something that you can use to change the trajectory of your family. Again, this is from Rashad Bilal. Our ancestors were not afforded that opportunity. They were forced to work for free. So what you and I can do as technical advisors is just economically empowering to others and certainly financially beneficial to yourself. So what we want to do is launch our initiative to create 100 millionaires this year in 2022. 100 millionaires this year. How in the world are we going to do that? Well, we're going to use here's the how. We're going to use our white label partnership program to make that possible. So we want to create at least 100 millionaires. And of course, there's no investment to become a white label partner. So this isn't some sort of buy-in. We have free training and support. And the way that economically this happens, and we've had separate trainings that drilled more into the specifics, but quite simply, is to help at least 8 clients a month. If we can help just 8 families, 8 entrepreneurs, 8 individuals per month, then we're on track to generate 100,000 a month for ourselves. How does that math work? Well, I'll break it out for a moment, but we've had separate training on that. As a white label partner, you control what your clients pay. And so, but typically they're going to pay you a $2,500 deposit upfront. Upfront meaning that they don't pay any advance fees, but they get their first tranche of financing within a couple of days of signing up. And within 5 to 10 to 14 days, within 2 weeks, now you've got $2,500 coming into you as a white label partner. Well, that's a little bit to get started. Of course, that's probably not going to reach your goal. But then what do? We work with the clients to build their financial literacy. We just talked about how important that is. We're going to help them create a lender compliant loan package so they have all that they need with their business plan and financial projections and so forth. And we're going to help them establish the credibility that's needed to get funding, material funding, not just a little bit of funding. So as the clients that you generate as a white label partner, you're going to receive a performance fee off of their capital raise. So it's not coming out of their pocket, it's coming off the capital raise. So if you're getting $2,500 up front and you pick what the performance fee is, let's just say that you go with a simple 10% performance fee. Again, it's not coming out of their pocket, it's coming out of the capital raise. So you're bringing in gross income, what, about $12,500 per client. And as we talked about, if we're helping 8 clients a month, that puts you really close to that $100,000 goal. Is there a reason that we shouldn't be helping more than 8 clients? There's not. There's such a demand, there's such a need, and our proposition so strong, but at just 8 clients a month. Now, again, you might say, well, what am I selling them? There is no selling involved. This is not MLM. There's no pipe dreams. It's an economic model whereby we improve financial literacy. We use an award-winning curriculum developed by the FDIC, promoted by the SBA. Individuals are going to go through the 4 modules, module 1 on business planning, module 2 on building business credit, module 3 on building financial reports, and module 4 on banking and money. Each of these modules have a participant guide. They have an instructor's guide. We do pre and post test to assess learning. I mean, this is solid as it can be. Then we're going to help them put together a lender compliant loan package. And that loan package is going to include, as I mentioned, the business plan and their financial projections and the support documents. And then if we identify that there's an inconsistency between where they are and where they need to be funded, we're going to help them address those 3 C's, whether it be business, well, credit, which could be personal or business credit, but rather it be credit, collateral, or cash flow. So this is the real deal. And that's what we're doing, is we're not profiting off of the backs of others, but we're empowering them. We're positioning them to accomplish what they want. And you're making a tremendous amount of income with no selling involved, no MLM, no pipe dreams. Now, what I wanted to spend a little bit of time on today is off of this focus of passive income as a white label partner. We have a number of you that are white label partners that, well, we have about 1,000 white label partners altogether, but a number of you on the Zoom right now. I think some of you are overlooking the ability to generate passive income as a white label partner. So I wanted to draw more attention to that and give you some action steps. So let's step back. How are you, if you decide to become one of these 100 new millionaires, how does that happen? Well, we have the deliverable, we have the programming. We're going to do these 3 things, but you're going to need clients to go through the process. So where do the clients come from? And we've had different trainings, and you can buy leads, you can get referrals from churches and chambers and co-working spaces. But ultimately, what we've seen work very, very well is to create a team of affiliates. And those affiliates, which they're typically not paying anything, but those affiliates will go out and generate the leads and feed them into you. And by doing that, then you do some sort of revenue share with them. And that's been incredibly successful. So that's what we want to encourage you to do today, is to build an affiliate distribution system. An affiliate model is often built around overrides. So again, not MLM, but you could have an affiliate distribution system underneath you as a white label partner that could pay out to 2, 3, 4, up to 5 levels deep. And so what do you and I know? That people often know others that can bring clients, and this provides the override system to do so. And so the end result, you could have dozens or hundreds or thousands of these affiliates, these independent reps that are referring into you. So that gives them a new source of income, but it's building your income and wealth. And so I do encourage all of you that are white label partners to leverage this affiliate distribution system concept under your white label partner model. So if you want to do so, here are the steps, and then we'll open it up for questions. Of course, you need to be a white label partner. If you're not, you can do that quickly and easily, and there's no cost to sign up on 4weekfunding.com. Remember, .org is for the participant, .com is for the white label partners. We'll get you onboarded. But ultimately, what you'll want to do is schedule a call with our chief marketing officer, and he's going to help you set up your affiliate model. That model whereby you have the tracking and the links to give your affiliates, setting up the comp plan for override income, and so forth. And to get with Scott, just simply email him at scott@smartmoneyalliance.org. So let's open it up for questions. Who has questions regarding building an affiliate model under your white label partnership? So we've got a lot of people on training this morning, about 310 of you. So I'll just name out a few. Al, Bernard, Doug, Erica, Joseph, Lynette, Pauline, Chavez, Wayne, others. Who has questions or comments on building out an affiliate team underneath your white label partnership? Because I think a lot of you, and it's my fault, I'm sure a lot of you, I think, have falsely thought, well, if I'm a white label partner, then I'm not able to use the affiliate model. And it's just the opposite of that. We want to create an affiliate model under your white label partnership. So let's just role play out. So let's say that Joseph, who's one of our top white label partners, let's say Joseph builds out an affiliate model, and he brings on Al. And again, when I say brings on, Al's not paying anything to be an affiliate of Joseph's. It's not MLM, it's just an affiliate program. So Al becomes the first affiliate of Joseph. So Al's out producing and looking for people to generate that are looking for capital, and then others that are also looking to generate income, what would be a sub-affiliate to Al. And so then Al brings on Doug. And so now Doug is underneath Al. Al is underneath Joseph. Joseph's getting overrides off of his entire organization, but everyone's getting paid for their contribution. No one has a buy-in. No one's buying inventory. These affiliates, you may or may not set production expectations, but it's setting up an affiliate model under the white label partnership. How do you do that? It's going to require, most likely, for you to work with Scott, our chief marketing officer, and then he'll have to work with you on your design concepts. In other words, how many layers deep do you want to go? How much do you want each layer to pay out? And of course, you're getting overrides on all that. They're feeding into you. So it's no different than if you were to buy a car dealership or open a car dealership. Would you want to have some salesmen and women that are working with the clients and helping close deals? Of course. And so it makes sense to have a distribution system. Okay, so Erica says she was a little lost, but she's trying to juggle too many things at once. And so she likes this concept a lot. And I do too. I don't think that there's any doubt that building an affiliate distribution system under your white label partnership is a home run. I mean, we've built internally here over 10,000 affiliates in our distribution system. Many years ago, I was the manager of a large affiliate network. That affiliate network was composed of credit repair companies all across the country. And so I worked for a subprime trade line. And so my responsibility was to go develop affiliates and then support them and encourage them in producing. And it was amazing. So if you're not completely familiar with how to build out and how to implement an affiliate system, don't worry about that. We've got the resources to help you. But think about this, if you can generate, let's go back up to where we were here. Find my page. Here we go. So if you can generate 100,000 per month by helping just 8 clients, What happens if you don't help 8, but you help 80? You might say, well, 80, Tom, that seems like so many people. Where would I come up with those? Well, it's real simple. Have affiliates that are going out. They're your tentacles into the marketplace. They have current relationships. They're developing other relationships. And so then all of a sudden, we don't have to think small anymore. It doesn't have to be 8. You could have each affiliate developing 8 for you. So 2 affiliates bring in 16 clients a month, 3 affiliates bring in 24 clients a month, and so forth. Chuck is concerned about time. Well, Chuck, if you follow our hybrid model, which we've been promoting, then you and your team would feed folks in through the free 4-week funding program. Our internal team, Chuck, would do the mentoring, and then you would flip them over into your white label access to capital midstream as they're going through that 28-day process using the simple script that we talked about. And Chuck's asking for the script. So what we talked about before, Chuck, it's real simple. So feed folks into the free 4-week funding program. We've talked about that in a separate training. Now they're going through, they're getting their business plan developed and their financial projections. Our internal mentors are handling that, so it's not a burden to you or your organization, Chuck. And at any point you're in that 28 days, you just pick up the phone and give them a call and say, hey, Tammy, I see that you're going through the free 4-week funding program. How's that going? And normally she's going to have great things to say. Oh, it's awesome. Got my business plan coming together. We're working on building my paydex score. They're done in Bradstreet. She's going to, most likely these clients are going to have great things to say. And so then you say, well, Tammy, I want to make sure you know, while you're going through that 28-day process, we can go ahead and get your first tranche of financing now. Would that be of interest to you to go ahead and get some funding now while you're going through all that setup? And what do you think Tammy's going to say? Or what do you think other clients are going to say? 9 times out of 10, they're going to say, well, heck yeah, let's go ahead and get my first round of funding now. And then we'll go after the rest once the loan package is built after 28 days. So then you get them under contract, your white label access to capital contract, which we've trained you on and we can support you on. We take them to funding right away. They fill out the funding app. And what happens with that funding app? Now, all of a sudden, they're getting their first tranche of funding within just a few days. Typically, they're going to get 4 to 7 cash funding offers. You're going to get your $2,500 deposit after they've been funded, plus your performance fee. I mean, it's I think the perfect economic model. All right, thank you, Chuck, for those questions. So let me make this a little smaller. Who else has questions, comments, concerns off of this process? Because we simply need to know who wants to be one of the 100 millionaires that we're going to accomplish this year. It's not too good to be true. It's not pie in the sky. All we need to do is help 8 clients a month to be on track for 6 digits a month in gross income. That's very attainable on a part-time basis. And if you're worried about where the leads are going to come from, stop worrying about leads and start focusing on building out an affiliate organization. Those affiliates will go find the leads. So, action steps. If you're not a white label partner, become one. If you are one, then you should have received our onboarding email to get you started. But frankly, regardless of that, reach out to Scott. Scott Stroud is an outstanding professional. I think of him as a Boy Scout, and I say that in the most respectful way I can. He's just an honest, ethical, smart, motivated person. He's our chief marketing officer, so he can help you get the affiliate model set up, get the infrastructure built, maintain the reporting, and provide that component. And then you and I can work on the client flow and making sure the clients are getting funded and getting their financial literacy, getting their loan package built. And that implementation will not be your burden if you choose to use the hybrid model, which doesn't cost you anything. We've literally built a model, which we call the white label partnership, that while certainly there's some commitments we make to you and some commitments you make to us in terms of being engaged and active, you don't pay to be a white label partner. You come in, you do what you promise to do. We want to help at least 8 clients a month. We'll do what we promise to do. And what will happen? We're going to make an economic impact, frankly, not only on minority populations, but all populations that want to have their own business, that need help with the financial literacy, with the loan packaging and the credibility factors. All right. Any other questions, comments, concerns that anyone has today? Because ultimately, it's, do you want it? Do you want to go take action? Do you want to implement? Because I think it always comes down to 3 steps. And we had a workshop over the weekend, and this became the topic of conversation. It's what, how, do it. First thing you have to determine is, what is it that you want? And if what you want is to earn an adult income, and we'll go with the concept of 100,000 a month. If that's what you want, then that's a very empowering. You've decided what your goal is. So let's say my goal is to make 100,000 a month gross income. Then I have to decide how. How am I going to do that? Am I going to go drive Uber or Lyft, or am I going to go buy a franchise and take on a bunch of overhead? How am I going to go about making that money? This is one way. There's other ways, but this is one way. Wouldn't use cryptocurrency investing right now. There's a lot of people that thought, well, I'll build my wealth through these speculative types of investments. That hasn't fared so well. And I think real estate's on a pretty shaky ground right now too. But so we have to determine what we want, how we're going to do it. This is how I propose that you could do it. But then you have to do it. You have to do it. And that's where I think some people come up short. They want something different. They may even know how to do it, but they fail to do it. And without implementation, without execution, there is no wealth that's going to be built. All right, Shavis asked some good questions regarding, I'm going to paraphrase, industries. And so I just had a call this morning on this. So we can work with any client subject to 2 criteria. It needs to be a US-based business. And then secondly, it needs to be legal in nature. So they could be pre-formation. But if the business model is fentanyl distribution, human trafficking, child porn, any of that, no go. So it's got to be legal industry, US-based. Other than that, it can be a church, which is the question that Shavis asked. It can be a plumber. It can be an adult entertainment venue. I mean, it can be across the entire continuum of what you might call the ethical continuum of businesses. But as long as it's within those boundaries of legal and US based, that is fine. Now, it's true, different sources of capital have a different appetite for different types of industries. Some will fund restaurants, some will, of course. But as far as our programming and our guarantee, our $100,000 guarantee, as long as it's a US based business and a legal industry, we're good to go. All right, well, I don't want to drag this out. It's really that simple. So we wanted to take a moment and appreciate and celebrate the holiday, tie it to financial literacy, talk about this dramatic racial wealth gap that exists and some things that we can do about that, which is helping people live entrepreneurial dreams. And concurrent with their entrepreneurial dreams, you can prosper, you can benefit. What we're going to do is help individuals build their financial literacy, create a lender compliant loan package, and become credible enough to get at least $100,000 of funding. By doing that, you can earn 6 digits a month, 7 digits a year with just helping 8 clients. And we'll take care of the fulfillment through the hybrid approach. But what you'll want to do is strongly consider using an affiliate model for your distribution system. So you have lots of people out that are generating leads and feeding into you. And by doing that, they're your sales force, your we'll say commission only sales force, because affiliates typically are not paid W-2 or advance fees. They're paid off of results. They're paid off of conversions. And there's many organizations that have made a ton of money off of an affiliate type of model distribution system. So we're encouraging you to do the same. All right. Well, thanks, everyone. I encourage you to get with Scott, tell him that you're ready to set up your affiliate model. He can help you do so, and we'll march forward. See you tomorrow morning. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.